from Impact Physio, and I'm just going to show you a really nice 10 to 15 minute Fitball exercise routine that you guys can do at home. So all you need is a Fitball that suits your body height, so it should allow your hips and knees to be at a 90-degree angle, and then a couple of dumbbells, fairly light, mine are 2 kilos, so you should be able to do some kind of punching movements with those, and then just a mat as well. So we're going to start with some pelvic tilts on the Fitball. So sitting on the Fitball, I'll show you side on first. Basically you're going to place your hands on the front of your knees, and you're going to alternate between arching your back and rounding your back. And you're doing this by focusing the movement into your lower back and hip region. So you're trying to keep your knees as still as you can, so trying to keep your shins vertical, trying to keep your shoulders and torso nice and upright, and have all the movement come from, like I said, the hips and pelvis. So you're going to take a breath in as you arch your back, creating a nice concave curve here, and a breath out as you flatten your back, allowing that tailbone to tuck under. So breathe in to arch and out to flatten, and this really allows that lower back to get a bit more flexible, have more blood flow to it, and just get that area moving nicely. So we'll go for 5 more there. And last one. Very nice. I'm going to sit forward now to show you the next move, which is your sideways pelvic tilting. So imagine you're like a belly dancer with this move here. So again, shoulders and hips and ribs stacked really nicely on top of each other. Keep your hands resting on the front of your knees and allow your hips and pelvis to move almost like a pendulum. So you're trying to allow that movement to occur through the lumbar spine, keeping everything nice and relaxed, everything from the belly button up nice and relaxed. So we're going to go for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to change our movement, or transition our movement into some pelvic circles. So that's where we combine the first 2 movements, so the pelvic tilts and the pelvic movement side to side, into a nice circular motion. Again, keeping everything from the belly button up nice and relaxed and creating that nice circular motion. So we're going to go clockwise first, and we're going to go 5 more, really scooping the belly in and then pushing the hips and pelvis out and around. Let's go 2 more. And now we're going to go on the other direction. So you probably will find one direction feels a little bit more awkward or stiffer than the other, and that's totally normal. That's just because your body is more attuned to moving in one direction than the other. So we're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. So now what we're going to do is challenge our core, our balance, our obliques, and our breathing while looking at some opposite arm and leg lifts. So we're trying to stay in neutral, so nice and upright, knees are hip width apart, feet and toes are nice and relaxed, and we're going to endeavour to lengthen one arm and the opposite leg out in front of us without changing the position of the rest of our body. So what your body will want to do is lean to the side or lean back, but we're trying to stay nicely connected and get our obliques to try and keep us anchored really beautifully through our torso. Popping that arm and leg down, we're going to lengthen up the opposite arm and leg, again keeping everything nice and aligned. Hold that top position for a couple of breaths, and we're going to just keep alternating like we're doing a really slow march. And the aim of the game with this move is that we really don't see much movement. So again, like I said, the core muscles are really working nicely. So we're going to do another 2 on each side, breathing out on the lift up. Hold it there for a moment or 2, allow the muscles to work really nicely. You could add a weight in your arm as you do this, but if this is your first time doing this kind of move, doing it without a weight is more than enough of a challenge. So grabbing our weights now, we are going to add a little bit of cardio into our routine. So again, going back into neutral position, we're going to have the weights in our hands, have the hands just gently around our rib cage and just gentle punches forward. So as we punch forward, we're not overextending the arms, making our body have to move with our arms. We're trying to keep our tummy muscles pulled in, and we're just letting our arms move away from us whilst keeping everything else relatively relaxed. That little bounce to the move just, again, ups the cardio component of this exercise. And whilst you're doing it, you're going to aim for about a minute, having a rest if you need to. building up that endurance as you can, and you're wanting to avoid any shoulder pain or discomfort. So nice punches forward. And it's a really nice exercise to see how much you can improve. So the first time you try and aim to get to a minute, you might only get to 30 seconds with a couple of breaks, and then the more you do it, the more you feel that you're building up that strength and that endurance. So we're going to go another 10 seconds. And if you're doing this and chatting to someone and you're feeling out of breath, that's a perfect kind of level of intensity you want to be at. And stopping there. Well done. So we're going to roll the shoulders back and forward just to release some of the tension. And now we're going to transition into a nice vertical punch. So again, keeping the knees hip width apart, your legs should resemble the number 11. And we're creating some nice vertical punches without overextending the arms, without creating any sway through the body. We're trying to keep the body nice and vertical, keep the tummy pulled in, keep the head, neck and shoulders really relaxed. And you want to feel some ache in your arms by the end of it because you're pushing those weights up. You want to feel like they've been working. And again, we're trying to aim for a minute up as well. After the first minute forward, your fatigue levels are probably a little bit higher, so you might need a few more rests. But otherwise, you might be able to make that minute. So we're going to go another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. So a nice bit of fatigue through here is normal. If you're getting any pain, drop the weight down or have more breaks, just give your shoulders a bit of a break. So what we're going to do now is go into standing with the ball and do some wall squats. So you're going to place the ball on a nice solid wall or door that's securely closed, and place the ball in the small of your lower back so it supports that concavity in your lower back. So you're not leaning back on the ball's just allowing your back to rest on it, so it supports that curvature. Your feet are a bit wider now, they're shoulder width apart, arms across your chest, and you're going to go down into a squat, keeping the bottom above the knees, and rise back up. So smooth and controlled movement. And you're not coming up by pushing back on the ball's just there to help the movement flow a bit more. So you're making sure you're using your legs as you do this move. So we're going to go another 3, 2, and 1. You're going to hold it here. So this is all about that endurance that we're trying to seek. And not only do we want endurance in the legs, but we want the rest of our body to react to fatigue in a really efficient way. So we're trying to keep tension out of our arms, which uses unnecessary energy. So you're just trying to keep everything from the belly button up nice and relaxed and loose. And what you can do with this move here is focus really on some nice deep breaths. So allowing your breath in to allow your rib cage to expand out laterally. And as you breathe out, let your rib cage collapse in and down. So the breath in should create a sense like your lungs are a balloon filling with air, and the breath out should feel like that balloon is deflating or the air is leaving the area. So we're going to go another 10 seconds. And again, if you need to rise up and out of this position, shake your legs out of it and drop back down, that's totally fine. So let's go for 2, 1, rising up, shaking the legs out. Well done. So now what we're going to do is some roll downs onto the ball. So working a little bit more with our tummy and our glutes. So you're going to take a seat on the ball. Again, in that nice neutral position, taking a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, you're going to walk your legs forward slightly. So you're scooping your belly in. You're going to have your arms across your chest, chin gently tucked in. And without letting the ball move, without letting your bottom push it back, you're going to breathe out as you curl forward, keeping a connection between breastbone to belly button. And as you breathe out, allow that curvature to help you come forward, and breathing in, you're lowering your body back down again, but you're not losing the C-shaped curve. So you're not arching back over the ball as you roll back, you're keeping the C-shaped curve, which keeps your abdominals working. So let's go on another 10. And if you feel a bit of a shake, that's totally fine. So making sure the legs stay nice and still. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then from here we're going to walk all the way down and out. So we're going to go into what we call like a chest press position, so as if you're resting on a bench. So your head should feel nice and relaxed, your thighs should be level or parallel with the ground, and your tummy scooped in, so you should feel some nice tension in your legs, and your head should feel really well supported. So you're going to keep your arms across your chest, you're going to breathe in to lower your bottom down, and you're going to breathe out to scoop your belly in, press your hips and pelvis up towards the ceiling, and squeeze your bottom. So breathing in to lower, and breathing out to lift. And again, we don't want any rocking forwards or backwards of the body. You're trying to keep the body nice and still, and just really rely on that drop down to the hips, and then that scooping up and in, squeezing the bottom. Let's go for another 10, and 9, 8, breathe out for 7, 6, 5, really nice lift, no back pain. 2 more. Last one. Well done. Coming up again, rolling up using your tummy muscles. Having a bit of a break. This time when we roll back down, we're going to work again on obliques and stability. So you're going to roll back down again. This time you're going to lengthen your arms up towards the ceiling. And you're going to have your feet a little bit more narrow than hip width apart, trying to keep that nice lift of the hips. So with this movement here, it's called an arm drop. You're going to start with your arms vertical. You're going to take a breath in to prepare, and as you breathe out, you're going to let one arm drop out and down to the side, then draw that arm back into the vertical position. Breathe out to drop the other arm out and down, and then bring it back to vertical. So the arms never touch, but the movement outward of the arms helps to challenge the obliques and your balance to keep everything else in neutral. If you feel this isn't too much of a challenge and you can go a bit further into the balancing component, try and have your feet and knees touching each other. So really ensuring the obliques have to work that a little bit harder. So you breathe out as the arm drops out and down, breathe in as it returns to neutral. So we're going to go 2 more on each side. And last one on each side. Well done. You're going to place your hands on the ball, chin to chest, scoop your belly in, and rolling back up. So what we're going to do now is use the ball as a prop for some dead bugs. So laying on your back, you're going to have your toes and fingertips holding onto the ball. And then we're going to move our arms, opposite arm and leg away from the ball, and still trying to keep our tummy muscles connected. So on our backs, toes and fingers on the ball, you'll have your head down on the floor. So you're going to take a breath in to prepare, and as you breathe out, you're going to extend opposite arm and leg away from the ball, and then breathe in to return. And then you're going to the other side, dropping out and down, and into return. So the aim with this is, you're keeping the ball nice and still, and you're keeping your back nice and flat on the floor. So your back shouldn't be arching away from the ground. If you're thinking, well, how far back should I go with my arm and leg? Only as far as you feel you can go without feeling like your back is going to creep away from the floor. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hold that end position out. Keep breathing, keep the back flat, keep the tailbone lifted. 3, 2, 1. Return that arm and leg. I'm going to drop the opposite arm and leg. Again, head nice and relaxed, back flat, arm and leg nicely lengthened away from the ball. 2, 1, and return. Well done. So we're now going to place the ball underneath our heels. And we're going to come into a bridge position. So arms resting down on the ground, nice and relaxed through the arms, long through the fingers. You're going to take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, you're going to scoop your belly in, press your heels down into the ball and lift up into a bridge, and breathe in to lower down. So breathing out to lift, scooping the belly in, squeezing the glutes, and breathe in to lower, nice and intersegmentally. One part of the back lowering before the next can, and then a nice release at the end. Lifting nice and high, and a couple more, and last one. Now holding that end position, again keeping the chin away from the chest nice and open. You're going to draw your knees in towards your bottom by bending through the hips and the knees without letting your bottom drop to the ground. So this is a nice hamstring curl. So you don't want to let your bottom drop to the ground. We're going to go for another 5 and 4, 3, 2 and 1, and slowly down. Allow the ball now to make its way behind your knees. We're just going to do some really nice knee sways side to side, just to loosen the back up. Then we've got one more exercise to do and one more stretch. So this is a really nice mobility exercise to do. Okay, pushing the ball away. We're now going to go back onto our tummies. So I'm going to start this move off screen, and then I'm going to roll forward till my hands are resting on the ground. So you're on your knees, rolling forward over the ball, and you can start with the ball underneath your hips and pelvis if you like. The further back you push the ball, the harder it's going to be. So we're going to do a nice little push up here. So you're going to breathe in to lower your body down to the ground and out to push up. Breathing in to lower and out to push. And you can see if I push the ball back, or if I move my body forward, creating that longer lever position, it just challenges my arms a little bit more. So again, we're going to breathe in to lower and out to lift. So we're going to go for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. You're going to roll back off the ball all the way nice and smoothly. And then we're going to finish with a child's pose stretch. So you're pressing the ball away from you, dropping your bottom down towards your heels, chin tucked in and stretching through the underside of the arms, allowing the breath to occur through the ribs. So feeling that really nice lat stretch. Then you're going to roll the ball towards your right, pushing your hips over to the left. Again, breathing into your rib cage for 2 to 3 breaths. Then rolling the ball to the other side and holding there again for 2 to 3 breaths. Awesome. Thanks guys. So, you can do about 10 to 15 repetitions of a lot of those moves, or when you're looking at the cardio punches and the squat holds, doing it for about a minute or so. If you feel that you can do the routine twice through, 3 times through, by all means do so. Just watch out for pain, make sure that it feels like fatigue and nothing nasty or really uncomfortable, and hopefully we'll see you guys for our next workout soon. Thanks, bye.